Well, here we're looking at the Dow on the on Market Analyst using Market Analyst, and this is one that I really can't say enough about. I love it. That and Motive Wave, excellent programs. Make my job a lot easier. Here we're looking at this, and for those that recall, here we have the Fibonacci fan, and this is really an important one because it kind of shows where the balancing that is taking place. You can see it really holding our main low of the fan, and when we look at it, we know that this is the 38.2% Fibonacci fan. We also know that when we see this, we're seeing some divergence in the action. We talked about that too, and you can see it almost running sideways here, and that's kind of troubling. Almost looks like we've been saying it's in a channel formation, and there's some truth to that. And then we talked about fractionalizing it and all these other things. But what we could see here, and I called for a potential change in trend that was either on Friday or for today, and you could see it starting to show a little bit there. I would be watching very carefully this range, and as what I want to do is just kind of extend this PowerPoint one more here, one over, and you could see the moving average doing well and still kind of holding the data. You could see the main top line starting to hold here, and you could see this resistance coming in, and also you're at the Fibonacci fan again in the midpoint. This is the 50% retracement, so you're very close to that. So in my opinion, I think we're having a very tough time trying to break higher, and we could start to break back down to the 18,000. Now watch, this will, in my opinion, goes to the 17,900, but should try to hold there. If it breaks there, which I think longer term makes sense based upon this market environment and what's going on in the economy and the world and all these other things, we're seeing a runaway dollar doing really exploding the upside. We're starting to see it come back through a correction, but we're seeing, like I said, commodities really exploding to the upside and recovering from a very long decline, along with gold and silver. So we could see that long decline starting to come back, and this seems like it's almost running a course or having a tough time. If it's going to find a top, it's going to be around this time here, and I do think that if we start to see the breaking and the breaking of this low, I think we come easily back to the 17,200 range. This into the 17,000 too. The 17,000 to the 17,200 is my final fail-safe ranges. We break that, I think we easily go to 16,000 and actually probably to 15,000 or lower on the longer term. That would be a very long decline in my opinion, and I think we would see a substantial corrective action. Keep in mind, this has to break with significance to the upside to change this dynamic right now, because right now we're seeing this just very, it's at the top of the channel. So even at the top of the channel, you'd be selling on that basis alone, unless you really saw some significant break through the top, and then you'd be long, say to 18,500 basically. But I would be watching very carefully here this range and potential for this pullback into the 17,900 or lower.